Hi, and welcome back. It's Jeff Berger again, talking with Misa Hopkins about the power of sound medicine. In addition to being a gifted sound healer, she's taught people all over the world how to use sound medicine to heal themselves and others. In our previous video, Sound Healing, Ancient Wisdom for Today's Wellness, Misa shared perspectives on what sound medicine is and its relevance as an energy healing modality today. Next, I'd like to share with you a brief excerpt of an interview I did with Misa when she chose to teach her sound healing class in a series of live telecalls. In it, she talks about some amazing healings that people have experienced using sound medicine.
Would you tell us about the event with your mother that motivated you to cultivate your gift?
My mother was in the hospital and dying when I got a call from my family saying that the doctors didn't expect her to live through the week and asked me if I would come home. Now, I hadn't seen my mother in 2 years because I was in my own internal pilgrimage doing some deep, deep healing work. And I got to the hospital, and the nurses, as a way of taking care of my mother, gave her an extra dose of morphine since I was the prodigal daughter coming home and they didn't know how she would react. They were trying to protect her. So I got there, and my mother and I had a beautiful conversation, a very healing, forgiving conversation, and then she slipped under the morphine. And I did what I've been doing since I was a little girl. I started humming to her just what came to me naturally. And what I was humming was a Native American chant that I had never heard before, and my mother was part Native. The next thing I knew, I was seeing inside of her body. I could see that she had a bronchial infection, but her heart was intact. The doctors weren't sure what was wrong with her, and she was too weak to do exploratory surgery. So in seeing that, I asked her psychically what she needed. And the next thing you know, I was holding this beautiful, beautiful light for her inside of her body. And it stopped. My sister came in the room. We sat together in this dark, beautiful silence of love. And about 2 hours later, my mother was sitting up in bed, laughing with her family. Her cheeks were full of color, fully alive, asking the doctor when she could go home. And so she left her deathbed the next day and spent another 3 months with us, finishing some things she needed to complete before she did cross over to the other side. But I'm deeply grateful that she left me with this awareness that my sounds were for more than singing beautiful songs. They were also available for healing.
That's a great story. Would you share a few other stories about results you've gotten with other folks?
This woman was in her 70s. She had an aneurysm that needed surgery, but her heart was too weak for surgery. So my focus with her was to help strengthen her heart. And we worked together with her visualization abilities and my sounds for a week. And then I left. I got a call from her daughter after they'd been to the doctor saying, "You won't believe what has happened." And she said, "Well, the x-rays show that Mom has a new valve to her heart." And she really set the standard for me in terms of seeing the limitless potential that's inside of all of us and opening to that potential. So she set the standard for me as a sound healer in terms of what I could do. And with that knowledge, I've healed myself from MS, the onset symptoms of it. I've healed collapsed fallopian tube. I've healed deep, deep cuts that should have had stitches, healed within 24 hours, completely sealed. You wouldn't know there was a cut. Those kinds of things. And I've been privileged to help other people. I've had reports of all kinds of illnesses being gone, lifelong illnesses like horrible neck pain, nerve pain gone, a ruptured intestine that a woman had. I was able to, with sound, help her by sealing that rupture immediately. I've heard stories about autism being healed. It's a pretty long list that has given me great pleasure to know my sounds have helped people heal in those ways.
You studied with masters to learn your skills.
I started with a teacher here in the U.S., Mona Wilson. Then I studied with River, who is a medicine woman and elder. And then I studied with a sound master in Japan.
And what have your students experienced?
Well, they are using sounds in the same way that I do, helping other people in their healing. They've had also some very dramatic results. For example, the story I really like is a woman who studied sound healing with me, who taught her 4-year-old son to use sound when he needed to heal himself, like he cut himself or fell down. His dad fell, sprained his ankle terribly, could not walk on it. And as you can imagine, 4-year-olds are very busy little beings oftentimes, and this one certainly was. But he asked his dad if he could make some sounds for him. And then he held his dad's ankle and made one sound for approximately 5 minutes, if you can imagine. And the next day, this young man's dad was up walking around just fine without pain.
Pretty inspiring stuff, right? Misa taught a 12-week sound healing class in a series of telecalls a while back. While it's sold out to overflow capacity, she's not planning on teaching it again live because of her focus on teaching the 7-step healing process she documents in her best-selling book, The Root of All Healing, 7 Steps to Healing Anything. That said, she wants as many people as possible to discover the healing power they carry in their own voices and to experience the gift that every person is born with, the ability to speak and sing themselves healthy. That's why she decided to offer the recorded version of that class to you today at a great value. So let's go to Misa now to talk about how you can create your own sound healing miracles.
So, what was really happening for me and my students and clients? I just call it creating miracles. Every person was born with the ability to heal themselves through spoken word and sounds. Everyone, including you. And I want you to know how you can create your own miracles with the precious gift of your own voice. No one deserves to suffer. No one deserves to be ill. I watched both of my parents die from cancer, and it has become my life mission to end suffering. That includes your suffering or the suffering your clients endure. While the results I shared are the more dramatic ones, I have discovered over the years that sound healing gets 3 different kinds of common results. The first, actual physical healing, even if that's calming an upset stomach. The second, healing the emotions that are underneath the physical conditions so that physical healing can occur. You see, until the emotional body is clear, we will continue to self-sabotage in a misguided attempt to get emotional needs fulfilled. And third, the sounds set up a vibrational frequency within you that help you get clarity about the best healing choices for you and help you attract the healers and healing techniques that will work best for you. Why does it work that way? Many sacred texts tell us in various ways that in the beginning was the Word. I witnessed this directly in a mystical experience shortly after I began working with sound for healing. Sound is the first expression of consciousness. So when you sound, you are awakening to source within you. When you are using sound for healing, you are creating life through original expression. Now, in case you're thinking, oh, that's just because Misa is special. Over the years, my students have healed themselves and their clients from chronic conditions, chronic pain, viral attacks, deep cuts, sprains and tissue damage, lifelong emotional traumas, spinal misalignments, asthma, and more. Now, let me ask you, would you like to have these results? Of course you would. That's why I created the Sound Healing for Wellness audio course. If you have been looking for an energy method for self-healing that fits with what you love, sound and music, if you are a healer that wants to incorporate sound into your practice because you have clients that would really respond, or if you believe somewhere deep inside you that healing should be easy and natural, but you haven't found a way for it to be easy for you, this class was created for you, to help you discover what the ancient shamans and medicine people knew and still know. There are sounds that will heal you, and they live inside of you. You can make them with your own voice, and I teach you how to do it. You will get the benefit of my 20 years of direct experience and my mistakes, as well as teachings I received from master healers. Before you hear about what I provide to you in the class, there is something you should know. Again, if you think sound healing seems pretty incredible, but you don't think you can sing, so it probably won't work, guess again. You don't have to be able to sing on pitch or have an opera-trained voice to heal with sound. You only need to be able to make sounds with your voice. You can do that, right? Below this video, take a moment to read about some of the direct experiences people have had using their own healing sounds. They are really inspiring. And I want to assure you, that ability lives inside you too. If you can make audible sound, or even if you can't make sound out loud, but you sense it in you, you can use sound medicine for healing. It is a part of who you are already, and it is your birthright. Here are some highlights of what you'll discover in the 12 sound healing sessions. First, you'll experience your unique fundamental or signature sounds for healing and well-being. This is what you just did with me in our exercise today, and we'll take it even further in one of the sessions. You will discover how listening improves your ability to heal. We'll explore breathing for expanding and deepening the penetration of the healing sounds right into the cellular levels of your body and your DNA. I'll introduce you to my trademark sound wave, sounding the cycles of emotions within the body, releasing trapped energy and charging the body with healing and comforting sounds. Plus, we'll explore the power of both dissonance and harmony in doing the same thing. We'll look at the power of the spoken word, as well as the power of song and sounds from nature. And we'll discuss some special considerations for those of you that are empaths, and many of you are. You will discover how to do a body attunement by sounding the chakras, and we'll go deeply into the power of silence and holding, a necessary complement to healing sounds. Then we'll discuss conditions that require silence rather than sound, so that you know when not to use sound. It is just as important to know when not to use sound as when to use it. I'll show you how to overtone chant, and we'll discuss its benefits in healing. To finish, I will share with you what you need to know about healing chronic conditions. All the lessons are delivered to you in your email weekly, and within the various sessions, you'll also get some special experiences. You'll get exercises you can do at home, and you will be able to use these exercises for healing for the rest of your life. I will recommend reading and research topics so that you can understand some of the current science behind sound healing and energy medicine. I'll share inspirational stories so that you can consider what is truly possible for you and your clients. And because this was originally taught as a live teleclass, you'll hear case studies as I address participants' specific conditions and concerns. When our 12 weeks are finished, you will have the tools and experience you need to create your own miracles using sound healing and be able to help others end their suffering. I look forward to hearing your stories at the end of the 12 sessions. I love hearing about the special healing moments people experience when they begin using sound for healing.
Thanks again, Misa. Misa's sound medicine has made an incredible healing difference in my life and that of many other people. In addition to being a master sound healer, she's also an excellent teacher, and this is a great series of classes. You'll find numerous testimonials from Misa's clients and students further down on this page. I encourage you to take a moment after this video to read about their experiences. Now, to be clear, this audio course is not for everyone. Don't buy it if you don't believe in energy medicine. if you buy classes and then never use them, if you're a chronic refunder, if you're not drawn to music or sound. If any of those are the case, this program won't help you. However, if you are ready to develop an in-depth understanding and skills in an energy method for self-healing that fits with what you love, sound and music, if you're a healer that is ready to bring sound into your practice because you know your clients would really respond, or if you know that you're ready for your own healing to be easy and natural, then this is the right program for you. And Misa really looks forward to sharing the world of sacred healing sounds with you. If your intuition guides you to learn sound healing from Misa, you're going to love the special limited time offer that she's created for you. In addition to 12 sessions and over 15 hours of recorded classes with group participation, she's also giving you 3 bonuses. First, you'll receive the recording of an extra bonus session Misa did with her students about a month after the original course had ended. This was an opportunity for any final questions that came up as everyone used the sounds, and to report their successes. Now, it actually became quite an informative class, so Misa's including this recording as a gift to you. As a second bonus, you'll also receive the Breathing Your Way to Physical Freedom MP3 recording, which is especially good for preparing yourself to do sound medicine or for healing chronic pain. You'll also receive an audio MP3 of the first step of the creation meditation, the holding, for dissolving intense emotions, stress, and anxiety that are at the root of most physical pain. Plus, Misa guarantees everything she does. If you are unhappy with a sound healing class for any reason, simply cancel within 30 days for a full refund, no questions asked. Misa wants everyone to feel good about their decision, their actions, and their results, because this is a journey that we're all taking together. Before you make a decision, take a moment, breathe, and get very still inside. Listen to your inner wisdom. If you feel drawn to this and you're excited, happy, hopeful, even if there's a twinge of nervousness, that's a good sign. Those are signs that your intuition is telling you this class would be a good choice. So take your cue from your own intuitive wisdom. If it's in keeping with your guidance, please be sure to take advantage of the limited time offer below in order to get the best price and all your bonuses. People love the healing tools that this course brings into their lives, and I know you will too. If it's right for you, press the buy button below this video. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in Misa's Sound Healing audio course.